All right, so I'm going to kind of combine the two because sometimes in order to face your challenge or your challenges, you have to face them by speaking up for yourself. You have to confront them. And I know that a lot of us consider ourselves like non-confrontational, but I posted something the other day that I shared that talked about that a lot of times we miss our greatest moment of healing when we're triggered because we shut down. But what's actually happened when you're triggered is it is causing like emotions to surface that you have buried or that you haven't addressed or that you haven't dealt with or that you haven't healed from properly. So the reason why when this situation happens and every time it happens you get this feeling and you want to like crawl up in this ball and you don't want to deal with it is because you haven't healed from that. You haven't addressed it. You haven't confronted it. You haven't stood up to your challenge. So what is happening is you have yet to find your voice, to find your courage to speak up for yourself. And sometimes that can be due to things that happen in your childhood. Perhaps, you grew up in one of those homes where, you're seen and not heard, or just don't talk back, accept what I said, because your parents or the authority figures in your life considered it like a form of you challenging them or being disrespectful. If you simply ask why, if you simply wanted to know why was this happening or why is it that I have to do this, a lot of times parents will try to shut that down because they don't have a justifiable reason for why they're telling you this. But that's a whole nother topic. Now understand something. I'm not saying every time something happens and it makes you upset you need to pop off. That's not what I'm saying, because in all things use wisdom. And sometimes it's better, most times it's better not to react immediately based off your emotions. It's okay to think about it, to cool off, and then come back and approach it logically and with facts. And the thing about being confrontational, just because you speak up for yourself doesn't mean you're confrontational. If nothing else, you're advocating for yourself. So a lot of times we're mistreated by people who are in power or who have a title over us, and we don't advocate for ourselves. We don't speak up for ourselves because of our roles, because of our titles. Listen, you can take a Sharpie and scratch those titles out. You're a person, they're a person, and you're worthy of being treated the way that you desire to be treated. And hopefully that's with love and respect and dignity. And if you're not in a place yet where you feel like you deserve to be treated with love, respect, and dignity, you need to go ahead and fill out the link in my bio, because you most definitely are.